Holy smokes, the entire timeline just changed. Super exciting news. I just got a call from TNS Customs and they are ready for this thing. I am just beyond excited. This wasn't supposed to start. The first time I spoke with them, it wasn't supposed to start till about February. Then they said maybe November, and they were able to get their other car out of fab faster, and they're ready for this one. So you can probably tell it's not up on the cart anymore. I put new cab mounts on, and then I had some friends come over, and I didn't catch it on video, but everybody helped me just come and they sat it right down. We got fresh cab mounts under there. They're looking good. And this is just, I mean, you could probably tell how excited I am. This is decades in the making. So if you remember, we got the whole frame restored last video. Well, actually it's gonna be a little bit of an overlap, but in the last video, you watched me get these painted. So there's gonna be a little overlap in timeline here, but this is so flippin' exciting. So they're gonna go through, they're gonna fix all this rust. They're gonna fix the rust under there. Anywhere that there needs to be body work. Back here, these are toast. Same thing there, super toasted. Also, I'm actually just gonna have them throw this new floor pan in there, and then I've got a new little cab, lower post piece of sheet metal there, and they're gonna fix all this up. I met the fabricator, I met the painter, everybody's ready to go. We're not sending it with the bed. So if you remember, when they quoted it out, it would have cost more money to fix the bed that we had than to just have them fabricate a whole new bed. And really, I'm not attached to the bed, so it's okay if they do that. I think I'm gonna try to build a desk or something cool out of it instead of just letting it go to the trash. So we'll see about that. It's really not worth any kind of salvage value. Nobody can use anything off of it for the same reason I can't. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing loaded on the trailer, get all the parts loaded up, and then we'll be ready to roll. Well, now that the truck is out, I think what we're gonna work on is the transmission. So for now, I'm gonna use this transmission. Just not certain on the TKX or the TKO yet, but we're gonna pressure wash it. And then I purchased this transmission seal kit. I think it was 30 or 40 bucks, but you can see that this one's leaking pretty bad. Anyway, so we'll get it pressure washed and get the seals changed, and then we'll paint this. I think I bought some black enamel paint that we can paint it with. Just stopped by the auto body shop. They are cruising right along. So they've got the new cab corners on, all welded up, looking nice. They had to rebuild the structure on the inside. This is the floor pan that I did, but they went ahead and finished out this one, and it looks about 100 times better than the one I did. Also, they're rebuilding the inside of here. They've still got a little bit to do on this one. The other one I think they wrapped up. Let's see what else we got here. The stereo that I'm gonna use doesn't have a traditional antenna. It actually goes up under. And so I had them plug the antenna hole. They fixed some rust here. They replaced this panel and rebuilt the inner structure on that one. And then it was rusted through here as well, and they fixed that. Same thing with this rear cab corner. So they are cruising right along. The fenders are up front, but they are filling the holes where there was badging before, because we're gonna get rid of those too. So this is super exciting. They've taken this off the frame, sandblasted the underside, and so they're just cruising right along. Hopefully they're getting ready to start the next phase here soon, so we'll see how that turns out. I cut that clip way down because this took forever. It looks way, way, way better than it did. Obviously, there's some spots I couldn't get. I sat there and blasted on it forever. And eventually, I ended up taking a wire wheel on my die grinder and just knocking it off, then hitting it again, then knocking it off and hitting it again. Hopefully that's good enough for now. We'll clean it again with acetone and really get the stuff deep with a wire brush before we paint it. But the next step is pulling this off, pulling the top off of it and letting it, just in case, I'm a little bit nervous that water may have got in there. And I put the rag around the top, hopefully that kept it from going in. The only other spot is right here, but I just took a socket and had some tape on there. That's where the speedometer goes in. And plugged that up, so I'm hoping that kept the majority of the water out. Regardless, we're gonna have to be changing the fluids and everything in it, so we'll get it propped up, get the fluids drained out, and pull that top off. Got that all cleaned up. It took a really long time. I'm gonna hold off on painting it for now because we're gonna pressure wash the motor and then we'll paint it all in one shot, and then they can both cure, and we'll keep the shop heated for the time that they're curing up. But I think it turned out really well. We'll do a last wipe down before we do so, but I think it's looking really good. And I just wanted to spruce it up. I know it's not a professional paint job, but I think it'll look pretty good. When you're just one man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Holy cow, I am out of breath. That was a huge pain. That was such a pain. Originally, so I wanted to get it out there to pressure wash it, which, by the way, it looks really good. I'm so glad I decided to just pull it out of the last warm day of the year. But I pulled it out on the engine stand. It got to here. I thought I was gonna be able to wheel it off slow. It freaking toppled over. Luckily for me, I'm replacing the valve covers, and there's gonna be a new intake, and I didn't want to, but I guess I'm replacing the distributor. Actually, maybe just the distributor cap. Anyway, so I got that off there. Decided to pull the cherry picker over there. That was the only way I could get it tipped back up. You guys missed all that on camera because I didn't think it was going to be that eventful. And then, of course, in the water, the cherry picker sunk. And so that was quite the ordeal. And this is a heavy flipping motor. So we got her taken care of. Super grateful for the four-wheeler and the winch. I didn't really have anybody I could call to help. Not like they'd be able to do a whole lot anyway. So we'll go ahead and start dismantling this. I considered taking this to the engine, to the machine shop, and have them go through the whole thing. I'm still undecided. I might just put the new intake on and replace the front and rear seal and pray that that does the job for me. It's not going to be performance build, but it'll get me by, and this truck has came in so far over budget already. So maybe that's just the play for now. All right, guys, here's a quick update. They have the cab off the frame. They're working on the roof, and they've done some filler. I guess it was a little oil can, so they've shrunk the metal down and put some foam in there to reduce the vibration. We're gonna go ahead and put Dynamat in that anyway. But they've seam sealed everything. Fixed all the rust. This is gonna be like a brand spanking new truck when we're done. And then if you guys remember, under here, this was totally corroded and rusted out. And they've went ahead and put a new piece in there and reformed it. So super, super cool. Excited about the progress. This video is running a little bit longer than I wanted it to. It was super exciting to be able to take the truck over to the body shop and get working on the transmission and the motor. I'm gonna save the painting for the next one, and we'll just keep on giving you updates. Obviously, I'm not there videoing and taking pictures of the truck as they're working on it. But supposedly the next step is primer, and they're getting the parts ordered for the bed, and they're going to start getting all the body work done. So that is just awesome. I mean, really, really cool. I'm super excited about it. In the next video as well, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna be doing with this. We got the upholstery in, and I'm not gonna show you yet the cover that came in for it, but dang, it looks really, really good. It is a brown. It's not a tan like this. It's more of like a cowhide color with diamond stitching, and I think it looks flippin' sweet. So stay tuned for that, and we'll just keep on pumping them out till this sucker's done. As always, I'm just super grateful for everybody that's been following along on the build. Again, I've said it every time, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't know how to edit, but I'm working my best to try to document this process for my family and my friends and anybody else that wants to follow along. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to learn along the way. So as always, I'm open to comments and suggestions and help that people have to offer. So we'll see you next time, and I appreciate you watching.